Hello.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Right, that was a lot closer to the start than I thought. 5 minutes. I thought I had time for a warm up. Well, never mind.
Do you want me in A or B before I switch over to the?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I
just don't want to go to C and block Dorothy from scoring.
Yeah. Happy with that. Whichever you like. I feel free to sprint. Just obviously make sure you're not taking points off the main men.
Well, if Richard and Darren can't beat me on the bike that I'm going to be riding, or the wheel set, they got problems.
That's a good idea. Maybe I should change. What's the best setup on the? Is it the aero setup?
Yeah. Actually, I would go with the Cervelo 2020 because it's a little bit heavier.
Mm-hmm.
And then the disc wheels.
The same for me then?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Okay. I'm changing that.
I'm doing it right now. There we go. So it should be interesting today. It's a bit different to usual. There's the hill beforehand, obviously, so it's not quite like the lead-out trains that we do. So it's going to be a bit more sort of stop-starty. So we're welcome to stop with ATP if we want, but I suggest we stop either before the sprint or after the sprint, like we usually do. It might make more sense in this instance for us to stop at ATP do. I was thinking about this. It might not be a bad idea to have the ladies go slightly further up the hill and wait halfway up the hill, for example, or 3/4 of the way up the hill. But essentially, they just have to connect as we're coming up the hill and going over the top. Because the most important thing about this sprint is you have to be together going over the top. If you're not going to set a good time. If you're at the front of that blob, you're not going to set a good time. If you're at the back of the blob and you let gaps open up, you're not going to set a good time. So you can be the fastest times are at the back of the blob, but you might want to play it a bit safer and sort of sit in the group just to be sure. But I suggest, and I'm happy to be sort of overruled, but this week the best bet will be to do that. It will be to stop just before the hill, probably where ATP do, position our ladies or our Cs, etc. slightly further up the hill. And then make sure everybody connects up as we go over the top of the hill. Lead outs on the front, going as hard as you can. Protected riders towards the middle and back, and you know where to hit it on this one. It's at the bottom of it's not even at the bottom of the hill. It's before the turn, maybe 30 meters before the sprint starts. As you're going down the hill, on your left, you're going to see just before the turn, 30 meters before, you're going to see two rocks on your left side. Ball rock and then a big rock just after it, and you want to hit it at that big rock. So the carrot today for our big ones like Josh, Darren, Richard is going to be, I set, what was it last time, 9.6 Richard said, something like that. So by going a second rock from the back of the group, lunge there. So that's what I want to see our guys do. I want to go there, I want to see them go as hard as they can. And even if you fade a little bit for the last 20 minutes, it's fine. I've actually just watched when I set that time back today, because weirdly, by a random coincidence, Nurse Daniel from ATP made a Recon video and he sent me the link, because I told him last time where I like to go from. And he did it, and it's got me on the video, and it was the time that I did with that PB. So I got to watch it back then, and I did fade a little bit in the last 20-30 metres. I think I was only holding it 11. It was fine, because you've already done the hard work, and you're just sort of coasting up there. So, yeah, really would advertise going there. That's what you want to do. And I want to see some 9.5 somethings today from the big guys. You can't be beaten by a 61 kilo rider, otherwise you're not doing it right. So we might have a slightly less big group today. That's the only caveat I'll give it. So I'll wait to
Campbell's here
until afterwards. I know that the bigger guys can set fast something like that. Those times. So me and Gary had a really good recon of it yesterday on the snowshoe. We did it 3 times maybe. And it's just making sure that you're going early enough. You're much better on this one to go too early than too late. If you go too late,
Hi everyone.
you're never going to you're never going to set a good time if you don't start sprinting until the line or the dip, because you're just you have to change gear, you'll lose speed. It's all about we've got 30 seconds, so I suggest we all roll out together.
Are we ready to be grouped for the first sprint, Jake? Sorry, mate.
I think ATP are going to stop. I suggest we stop before the first sprint to group everybody up together and make sure we're all together. So I suspect that's what they're going to do.
There's not many in today, are there?
No, exactly. So what I will say is it's clearly going to be a smaller group than we had last season. So it's going to be even more important to stay tight, make sure everybody's together, no gaps off the back as we go over the top of the hill, all that sort of stuff. I do see Campbell today now.
Yep.
He's here.
And they got their heavier guy brackets too in here.
So it's all to play for, and I want to see some good performances. So yeah, we just don't kill yourself to get to the sprint. We're going to stop just before the sprint at the base of the hill. We'll group up. Like I said, I suggest that our ladies kind of move up a little bit further up to the top of the hill, and sort of get ready to just sort of jump on as we come past, or maybe just start pedaling as we just come behind, and they're at slightly the front and walk them past. But it's going to be really important to just be all together as we go over the top. I can't stress that enough. To go early rather than late. You've got power up, use it at the same spot you launch your sprint, or just before, where there's the two rocks on the left. And I'll call it out. I'll be at the front and I'll call it out. Here's the rocks, go, go, go. But you're going to have to sort of, especially if you've not done this before, for a couple of our newer riders, you'll have to sort of be paying close attention because it happens so fast. Essentially, this is a massively different sprint to usual because you're not trying to accelerate, you're trying to keep your speed that's already high as you can for as long as you can. So you're going. Me and Gary hit the sprint at 68 kph yesterday. So you're not ever going to accelerate up to 68 kph for that sprint, and it's only because you're already going. So it's about keeping the speed that you've already got from the descent of the hill and rolling that into the sprint. It's not about doing big power at the end of the sprint. It's about keeping that speed as high as you can. 1 or 2 kph at 66, 68 makes a massive difference. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. And you know who the protected riders are, but just to go over it, we've got Darren and Richard in A, we've got Josh, Gary, I'm not sure if you've seen Patrick in blue, but Patrick, he's here. And then in C we've got Dorothy. And then
So what position are you all in?
96.
91st.
76.
I'm right next to Campbell.
But we're going to stop before the sprint. Make sure you stop before the start of the climb, or, like I said, maybe some people want to move slightly further up the climb. But we'll stop before it, for sure. I've got a lot of ATP with me here.
Don't worry, Rich. Here comes Campbell.
I've got my eye on him.
And then we've got, I think it's Tina and Kat in here, unless Kat's riding too. ATP stopping here. Do you want to stop here, or do you want to stop a bit? Do you want to get closer up to the thing?
Whatever you want.
Your call, mate.
I'm just going up a little bit. So.
Depends if our ladies want to get a bit further ahead. Is the only thing I would suggest. Maybe. But I'm going to stop here at 1.1.
I'm stopping on 1.2. Me too. Hi, Tina. Hi, Stacey.
And it's going to be really important to just group up as best we can. So I'm in 92nd position here for this. Change 1.1k.
Hi, everyone. It's Vicky. I'm just a little bit further ahead. I'll just hold.
Hey, Vicky, no worries.
I'm here to learn. Oh, thanks.
Now, do people see who's our furthest rider back? I've got a good shot with ATP who can see the ATP riders when they start moving.
Looks like they're waiting on one of their C's. Yeah.
Okay, so you got visibility of when they start moving?
No, I have it on my mini map on my companion.
Has anybody got eyes on the ATP lot?
Not
Not
me.
behind me.
35 seconds. 35 seconds before me.
I'm going to put 2 on the head level.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be really important, guys. To
Okay.
group. I've got a bad feeling about this. We're a bit spread out. We're going to need to group up really straight away.
Yeah.
As soon as we get moving, the main priority is to group up.
Tina, you're like 8 seconds ahead of me. I'm on 1.3. So I have to wait on that. Okay, so maybe this over.
Okay, I got my eyes on him, Jake.
Ken and I are back here at 1.2. You guys need to wait on that. Okay.
Right, and when we start moving, I really like what we did last week, where we just had 1 or 2 voices trying to keep everything under control. If there's problems, shout it out. We'll try and keep just 1 or 2 voices, so we've got clear instructions.
Right, me and Coach on the front if you want, and then you just tell us when you want us to hit it full well.
Yeah, well, as soon as we go over the top, we'll need to start picking up speed, but we need to make sure we're all together before we do that. And then as soon as we confirm we're all over the top together, we start picking up speed on the front. And then remember, it's just you've got 10 seconds when you go over the top when the sprint's going to start. So that is only. So it's going to be hitting it fast and it'll come up real quick. So it's almost as soon as you go over the top, you've got to start thinking about the sprint.
So if you're off the back, you need to look after yourself, get yourself in position.
Yeah, this is one where we can't help you on that climb. You're not in a good position on that climb where you find yourself letting a gap open up. You're going to have to fix it yourself for the consequences. Because, yeah, we can't slow down. We need to make sure everybody's together. And as soon as we go over the top, we can't stop. There's no way we stop. So as soon as the first riders go over the top of that climb, it's on. So, now.
How many times are we going through this today? I didn't see. Sorry.
It's 4 Stacey.
Okay, good.
It's a short one.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we go up the hill, sort of what's the key, or what we're going to go up the hill at? Do you reckon?
Very slow, very, very slow. 1.5 to 2.
Okay. All right.
But again, look, ATP go off and do their thing. Not that many of them, so we don't. If it's, we'll get a good idea of what's going to happen on this first one. If we go up the hill at 1.5 to 2 and ATP go up it at 3, then obviously there'll be a split straight away, won't there? But we just need to make sure we're all grouped together. And it worries me a little bit, but we'll see how it goes in the first one. And if we find that it's just more confusing, then we can split the last 3.
Okay, it looks like they're organising their people. And what they're rolling out. ATP rolling out, but they've stopped again now, they're just organising.
Yeah, it looks like they're organizing.
Yeah, I think their season D's are going on.
Yep.
I think this is earlier than they usually stop. Maybe they've learned, but hilariously, they don't seem to have learned this week.
Never moving.
You don't want to stop that early. This week, you don't want to go early. Right, okay, so start moving, guys, on me. If you're in front of me, just start slowly spinning up. I don't want you moving with you. I want you to catch us. That's the captive. Is everybody from Snow in behind me? Is everybody okay?
I'm okay. I'm at 112. That's with Nurse Daniel and all of them.
Okay, well, they're going to catch us very shortly, so don't panic about that. Okay, if you're ahead of me, we're doing 1.5 at 1.3k. Get ready to jump on as we pass. Now it's just about looking after yourselves a bit here, guys. It's going to be very difficult for the people at the front to see what's going on, and we're not going to know if anybody's off the back, so you're going to have to work really hard to look after yourselves.
Campbell looks like he's going to make a huge run. He's 20 meters back.
Well, don't worry about him. We just do our thing. Like I said, don't worry about ATP. We just continue with our plan. We don't stop for any reason now,
Yep.
unless we have to for a drop rider.
Okay, so I'm at 1.7 now. Going comment.
Yes. The pace is quite hot, so just be aware it's going to be. If you fall off the back, it's going to be very difficult. Okay, we're starting to approach the hill. So make sure you're really careful here. You don't get off the back before the top.
Yeah, if you're behind me, you need to be with me.
Okay, Jake's moving to the front. Make sure everybody's in here. If you're not sure, be in the middle rather than the back. Okay, we're coming, ladies. Jump on. Have to accelerate hard there, Vicky. Okay, lead out, hit it. Okay, you see the two stones on the left? Right where I am. Now, launch it where I am now.
Come on, guys! Ah.
Come on, whoa.
Oh, a 9.3 from Darren, that's excellent.
Thanks, guys. Gang, 6.
Well, I told you the record would go today, and there it is. Both, written by both Rich and Darren. Excellent. Good work, Josh. I knew it'd fall. You guys are so strong. Definitely beat a weakling like me.
Daniel second in B.
That's a new PR for me.
Okay, so are we happy with that approach again? On the next one? Or did it not work for anyone?
Big group was clutch with 8 feet.
I think there's enough of them, but we kind of need to stick with them.
I agree. There's enough with them and we all have again like that. That there's always going to be somebody you can be on.
Right, and if you're a lead out now, find a sprinter, give them a wheel. If they look like they're on their own or struggling with a group, try and get them to save as much energy as you can. This is one where the lead outs, like I say, we can't do too much at the front of both our riders other than get a bit of speed up, but we can look after you now. Save a bit of energy.
Hold on. I'm going to drag Vic in. I think I'm Tina. We'll move back with me. Come on.
Okay,
So for
anyone
now,
wants a anyone wants a wheel, shout out your position.
Great work, Darren.
Vicky, sit on the wheel.
That's
Thank
pretty
you.
awesome.
Thank you. I had a draft which helped massively.
I've got nothing yet.
Yeah, this is one where you really benefit from having a good power up, and if you hit a top speed and you've got a good power up, it's a devastating combo. But you kind of see what I mean, guys, where you launch with the second rocket. If you go later than that, it's just too late. Too late. I think that's probably the last place really you can go and feel there for a big time. Unless you're a super.
Did anyone see how Neil Proctor did?
No.
In C?
Okay, if you're around,
I'm not sure.
He's a B.
yeah. It's
He's
easy
a
that
B,
you
yeah.
don't need to be going this fast if you're around there. There's no need to be pushing on.
And there's an argument to be made for having a 0% on there, I think, on the training difficulty as well. If you don't want to change gear.
Yeah, I'm doing 0 today.
I prefer it on this one, if I'm honest. It means you don't have to change gear, and also when you start to go at the bottom of the hill, you haven't got the spin out effect from the trainer either, which is nice.
I figure that downhill is really detrimental to lighter people. So it's a pain on the uphill because you feel like you're spinning and not going anywhere. But it really made a difference on that downhill.
Okay, so good exit there.
Like I say, it's such a different sprint, this one, because it's not about acceleration, it's about deceleration or how slow you can decelerate. Totally different to like every other sprint. So, there goes a rhino going through there at 5.5. Best of luck.
You report him to Gordon.
Okay, so has anybody got anything that didn't work for them there? Anything that we can tweak? Any feedback? Are we all happy with how
I
it
think
went?
we're all right. I think me and Coach were really redundant there today. So it's a case of I think we're going to have to sit in the bunch and try and sprint with people.
Yeah, close gaps if you can on the hill and stuff like that. It's more of a sort of like unglamorous domestic role today where, you know, you're doing the sort of the grunt work really, closing gaps, giving wheels, that sort of stuff, rather than the exciting full-on DeKernick quick step lead-out train. But it's just as valuable to help the riders, you know, like last season, the season before, I'm pretty sure that the difference over people like Campbell was being able to get more recovery between stuff and when we could go our kind of pace. And when we did it on their schedule, it was much harder for me. And I reckon that it's all about recovery between efforts. And even a few watts will make a massive difference when you're on sprint 4 and it's a fraction of a second between first and fifth. So every watt you can help with your protected riders here just by giving them a wheel on the way around, it'll help.
Well, depending on what Brackets does here, we may need to think about sending me. I'll have to change bikes and wheels.
I wouldn't worry. The only thing I'd change there, Dan, is when me and you had gone to the front, the only people that were coming up behind us were ATP sprinters.
Yeah, I think
So we should have just stopped pedaling.
Yep.
Completely.
I mean,
And
I didn't pedal
slowed
very
down.
much. I mean, I should not even have pedaled through the start line. So
Yeah, I stopped pedaling basically when I realised I think it was Nurse Daniel and maybe Brackens. So I just stopped.
it was Brackens following me.
Yeah, I think it was him and Nurse Daniel. It's Nurse Daniel and his crazy afro. I can see it from a mile away. It's actually really useful in the bunch.
Well, see, I got an arrow, so I'm saving at least for the last one. I just wanted to see if this bike and wheels could actually sprint. It may work, it may not. I'll be able to tell in the next sprint.
What bike you got there? Yeah.
It's just a Scott Adic with 454s.
You say which one? The S-Works? Which one?
No, it's the Scott.
Oh.
It's the real good all-arounder
All right.
with the all-around
Josh,
wheels.
what time did you get?
What? Well, I wasn't worried about my time, except Brackens has pinched you off, Rich.
Oh,
Well, plenty more time.
Rich, so
Rich
you're
had a power up.
further screen than me.
He hasn't had a power up yet. That's the difference. If Rich set the same time as Brackens and Brackens had a power up, which he did, and Rich didn't. Rich is faster, and he
Okay.
will beat him.
Yeah, I still don't have a power up though.
Doesn't matter. You're still going to beat him. We're going to give you the best lead out money can buy.
Where is everyone?
107.
111.
What about you, buddy? 106.
Where are you, Jake?
I'm at 118. I'm just dropping back a little bit for Tina and Darren.
I have to believe that they're not going to actually try to go up and just punish this. We'll see where they stop.
They're not just going to roll through to the next one. And if they are, they're stupid.
Well, if they don't have
Does they
JMO,
not?
they might.
They can't because I was per day. They're not going to do it.
Exactly. It was really stupid.
Okay, the racers.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to stop around 7.3.
Okay.
Are we stopping Jake from, or are we going?
Stop with them again if they stop in the same
Yeah.
spot.
Yep, they're-
Called it then. 7.3 stopping then.
Okay, 7.3.
I'm right in the middle of it.
I'm going to go and look them all up with some ride-ons.
Josh and Bracken tonight at the same time. So who gets the points on Swift Power?
Who are
Well,
they?
he will get the points because it put him as second, so it won't be the exact same time on Zwift Power because it goes down to 100th of a second, whereas on Zwift Companion it doesn't. Does that make sense?
Oh.
So in game it only gives you 2 points after the decimal, but in Zwift Power it gives you 3. Therefore, his third decimal will be marginally better than yours. He'll be like, 9.601, and you'll be like 9.602.
Oh.
Nice jersey, Dorothy. You have PR, you said?
Like a child, one of the ATP is set off here.
Well, Bracken's is here with me, so I won't worry. When Bracken's moves, I'll tell you.
Well.
No, they just get into formation, Rich. That's all. And then they send their season Ds off first.
And if Campbell didn't do well, I suspect he may be on lead out duties. He might not make every race this season or something.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do, isn't it?
Who won in the gate?
Josh, didn't he?
Oh.
What was your time, Josh?
954. Very good.
7. Yeah, I think it was Josh, then there's Daniel and Gary.
Perfect.
No doubt people rushing around it. Rushing for the sake of it.
To be fair, I do love racing this course as like a crit race. It is really good fun.
Stuff.
As seen in my patented YouTube video, which has now got 2.6 thousand views.
Yeah, they're all you though, Jack.
His mum really loves him.
Yeah.
It's just great course. If you've got a 1 minute power, you go at the bottom of the hill, don't you? It's just a great course for it. That works if you're a lighter rider or a heavier rider. If you're a lighter rider, obviously you fly in the upper. If you're a heavier rider and you're doing good 1 minute power, you're still flying the downhill. So it works. Right, they're moving. Brackens is moving. Roll out, people. Roll out.
Roll that.
Right, Kat, Dan, Darren, move up a little bit. Good. Dangling at the back when it starts getting pace picked up a bit. It's really difficult. That's what I've burned matches before for the
Pretty
sprint
much.
trying to
I
close
didn't
down.
like pretty much on foot. Also happens to have an air.
Campbell's dangling at the back here, so he may be going for it. I'm going to sit a bit further back this time, try and find people like Richard, Darren, Josh, Gary, see if we can give a bit of draft from the middle. Close some wheels.
Yeah, probably the policing.
Yeah. And you know where to go, guys. It's the second rock, the bigger rock on the left, just after the little one. Another bigger one. Look at there. Or earlier, later. Someone's made a break for foul points. Let them go.
On the hill.
Okay, I'm just sitting at the top.
Yeah.
Hang on, Stace.
Okay.
Okay, down we go. Down the day, so.
I'm just going to let Brackens come around me. I don't want to lead him out. There's Josh. Okay, Josh. Okay, Darren, look, Jack. I had to freewheel then to do a 9.92. What the hell?
I don't know if is it updated before?
Well, I don't know, man. I might have to quit out there. I stopped pedaling the last 50 metres. Didn't pedal there. Did you see it? My character wasn't pedalling. What did Darren and Richard get? Did you beat 9.92?
9.4 something.
Excellent.
I know Rich did.
Josh is still 9.54. Is that postmaker?
No favourite, man.
No, they don't.
Okay.
Darren, did you beat 9.92?
I think I got 960.
Okay, perfect.
I'm not sure.
Perfect. Right, cool.
That's
That
good.
works out well.
Wow.
Because this is
I had an error. I wasn't trying. I did 9.8.
If Brackens didn't beat 9.92 then that'll have taken some points off him, so I'll stay. I won't have to quit now. Perfect.
Coach still flying past me. I was like, what is he doing?
Who, me?
Yeah.
The blob was
I
flying
was
then, guys.
backing off. I was backing off at that point.
That was outrageous. That was outrageously fast.
I didn't beat any of our protected riders points.
No. Well, I backed off and I did a 10 for 9. I went flat halfway through. I stopped pedaling.
Well, yeah, my 5-second power there was 750, and usually it's about 950 to 1,000. So that's just ridiculous. The blob was going so quick. I think ATP did a good job for us there as well.
Yeah.
I had a 5% of 881.
That is, I'm actually gobsmacked by how fast that was then, the speed of the group. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's why when you when you get no splits and you get the group going over the top together, that's basically what happens. It's just rapid.
The sticky draft kind of thing.
No.
Not sure. Pack dynamics. New pack dynamics though, isn't there? So maybe that's part of it.
No, because I was thinking if I shoot off down the hill before everyone else, and then stop pedaling when the first lot of ATP come through, slow them down.
No, but they'll come through and they'll hit the wind faster now.
Yeah.
That's what
It
happens.
doesn't work. It doesn't work if a rider's coming through in full speed. We'll just go straight.
Okay. What if I try and take your jersey off?
When you're kind of like, you know, you're approaching a slightly slower group in a race, and then you can get sticky.
Oh, okay.
But to be honest with you, Colin, we're just drafting ATP. We're not going to beat our team coming at you like this. We don't have the power. So we're better off just taking points off ATP.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I just go for it, probably.
That's what I was doing then. I just went all out and come 14.
You just really
Yes,
want
that's
to
because you're at the front line. It's really difficult. If you're at the front of a group like that, being at the back is worth 2 seconds. Easy. Makes a massive difference. I think Richard and Darren both beat Brackens there because his score didn't improve from 9.6. So I think
Yeah, we did, yeah.
I think you both. I think
Darren got
Excellent.
9.6, I think.
perfect.
Not tired. Your power up still.
I'll forget better. So you're sitting in front of the band? Or before that?
Colin, what are you doing? Where are you going,
Yeah.
Colin?
Colin's he's not getting any. He's only coming 14th. He's just sprinting the whole way around the track.
I was just sitting like, what ATP were looking at? I was waving.
How did we get on there in C and E?
See, I was 0.4 slower on that one. I lost the front of the group when it came over the top.
So it split.
Yeah.
It split as it went over the top. Okay.
Bracken's at 9.7 there.
Looks like Green Jersey was with Jake Connolly.
Yeah, she got it that time. I had it for a lap. It was nice. I was getting hot out, so I was happy to give her my sweaty jersey.
All over, yeah.
Who's got the green jersey in B group?
No one. It's the fastest on the course, and Alessandro and C has it.
You know, Joe Conley did like 10:24. But
What did
now,
Alessandro do?
9.2.
She was the fastest at 9.2.
Wow.
Yeah, still the fastest.
Wow.
On the
That
second
is
one, he did 9.642.
Who's got
You know what you're
9.6?
saying, Josh.
Steve Alessandro from ATP. In C.
That's
And what did you
out.
say? What did you say you got to? 10.24.
no, that's Joy. She got that.
Okay. What did you get?
I got 10.4.
Okay. And what did Kat get?
I think I was in fifth.
Cool.
Slow.
Cool.
10.95.
Josh, you're not going out until you get the green jersey, right?
If I get 4 victories, that's all that matters.
Oh no, I want the green jersey as well, so you're not going out.
No, no, again. 9 victories. You see what I do? Do a group meet up with nobody else on the track, like yourself, and get green jersey every time.
Oh my god.
And then turn up for her ride
Is that
on your granny bike.
that defeat the purpose of that getting a green jersey when there's no one else there? And that's very Greg Lunt, isn't it? That's a very Greg Lunt thing to do.
Unless you're very cold and you just need another jersey.
No, it just makes me feel better.
A win's a win, ain't it, mate?
Greg Lunt unfollowed me on Zwift because I beat him in a sprint. Genuinely, that's a true story.
I haven't followed you on Swift, so I met you in real life.
The problem is now I know where you live.
It's true. Greg looks is really just one letter out, isn't it?
Exactly. And I'm not being funny, but you know, if you've got to advertise your business on your Zwift profile name, things probably aren't going very well. Do you know what I mean? It tends to be my impression of it. Like, if business was bustling, I wouldn't be having to try and generate revenue via Zwift. But never mind, it is what it is.
Oh, this is a good YouTube stream you're doing here, Dan.
What's that?
Oh, I just
I tell him that to his face. I got no problem.
Who?
No problems. Greg. Exactly who? The Greg that doesn't refuses to go on Zwift Power.
Monsieur
Yeah, that
Privacy.
Greg. Yeah. Who won't share any of his weight or power numbers or anything like that. Yeah. That
Well,
Greg.
I'd like to do that too.
But you're on Zwift Power, right? So you like to race, and you've got a profile on there. He refuses to even have a profile on Zwift Power. Well, because and that's always a red flag, isn't it? And then rides around on like a mountain bike doing like 6 watts per kilo for extended periods, even though he only does an hour or so a week. It's quite funny. But that's why it's funny when you beat him, because you can tell he's like, you can tell he's raging, going, God damn it, I'm cheating, and you're still winning.
I bet he was thinking, that's Sanderson, he's definitely cheating.
Yeah, I had people message me occasionally, accuse me of weight doping, which is quite funny. You're never 60 kilos. You could never be doing 300 watts at 60 kilos. It's like, yeah, I can for 5 minutes. You know, it's not like we're talking, Randy Wiggins doing 450 watts for an hour. World power in the world record.
ITP are stopping now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Yeah. Okay, my card. Yeah,
13.6 on that.
I'm at
Yeah. 13.4, a little bit further back. We'll catch up in a second.
I'll have a power up again, so. I love a jelly baby.
I haven't used mine yet. Until Jake and Darren and Rich say they're okay with it.
What, the jelly baby?
Well, the problem is I might beat him if I use it.
You've got to be real careful. Then honestly, I wasn't pedaling for the last 50 meters there, and it was still. And I didn't. The numbers were rubbish. So just to be super careful, I would almost stop pedaling at 50 meters if you're a lead out and you try not to beat the top one, or be prepared to just quit out if you beat them. That's the other alternative. You can go all out and go as hard as you want. Just be prepared that if you beat the guys, you're gonna have to quit before the start. The end of the finish.
Well, I figure if I'm just doing the lead out, I can save what I have to the last one at least, and just go there.
Sure. Yeah, because we still get there's another K or so or two or whatever after the sprint finish line, isn't there? Before the after the sprint before the finish line. So if we beat people, we can split out. It's not big deal.
I think,
Just be careful.
well, for me, Colin, that's not really an issue. If you go really, really hard, you still keep
No, but on this one,
Speak for yourself.
on this one, it's when people have put in 4 big efforts, Dan's a strong sprinter. He's got good power and a power up. He could score well on that last sprint.
Yeah,
And he saved it all for that one, and he's got a good sprint, so he could definitely score if he's going for it. So just be super careful, or just be prepared to quit out if you do.
Well, the big thing is just if we can move Brackens back to 5th. So,
Yeah, I think if I was to stay in, it might be worth me staying in. If I can figure out what bracket we've got.
he did 9.66 last time.
No, I didn't beat him then.
Now, see, I haven't used my power up, so and it's an arrow. So I just
You right. Same again, then, guys. Just be careful. Obviously, it's about not splitting as we go over the top. It's very difficult to do that, but just try and make sure you're in a decent position. Maybe be towards the front. Obviously, be in the middle for ultra safety. If you want to play chicken, go to the back.
was at the back last time. I think I just started a bit too late. It was still a good time, but I didn't realise those rocks were on the left that you mentioned, Jake. Until after I was
I think you want to be almost middle to back, just so when you go in, you can still catch up with their lead outs.
Yeah.
Well, I was in the middle then, and I was a lot faster than I thought I was going to be. Whereas at the back, it is fast, and obviously you kind of, it is a bit who dares wins, but you do run the risk of, if there's an issue, you're kind of going to pay for it. So if you're winning or you're doing well on points, you probably play it a bit more conservatively on sprint 4. If you're behind and what do the Americans say? Bottom of the 5th. Is that it? Bottom of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th. And you're behind, then you want to maybe roll the dice from the back. But if you're not, I'd probably sort of play it conservative on go for the middle.
Right. I got that. Bottom of the 9th, roll your dice. Right, I've got it.
I'm a trap on this time. No, when you're 9 and you've got the bottom, roll your dice.
Right, next time I'm in Vegas, show my bottom, roll my dice. Do it 9 times. Right.
Only if you're 9.
If we're Dave Towle in America, we say it's an all-out Donnybrook.
If you're 9, smack your bottom, throw your dice. Right, I got it.
Look at that wattage cottage.
As long as we're clear on that.
Doing it now.
I'm guessing guys, just be ready that they're going to start rolling out pretty shortly, I think. So
Okay.
I got one of the maps, yeah.
keep your eyes on the ball, and we'll shout it as soon as people start moving.
Jesus Christ, roll the dice, keep your eyes on the ball.
You know what though? It's the only way you people listen to me. Otherwise, I get asked the same question 18,000 times in 20 minutes. Right, yeah, go, let's go, roll out.
What do you think?
Wagons
Yeah.
roll.
Huh?
Wagon wheel.
What we're doing again, Jay?
Right, so
Okay, dice.
you know the drill, people.
This is exciting, anything to remember. Get your drill, smack your bottom.
Right. Stay quiet, children. We'll reconvene after the test. Silence will be down.
Don't forget, Colin, keep your eye on the balls.
No talking during the test.
Get your eyes on the balls, no talking between your testers.
Right, quiet now, everyone.
Yeah, full speed at the rock is good.
Yeah, if anything, go a bit earlier than the rock.
Yeah, I reckon.
Rock's your last call.
Don't worry about the last few meters.
Yeah, like I say, you can almost coast the last 20, 30, 40 metres. Hey, is everybody good? Yeah, looks like we're okay.
That's on the front with Campbell.
Yeah, he's leading out today.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, he's leading out because he's been behind Jake and me both times. Oh, God.
Okay, we're hitting the bottom of the hill now. Be careful with positioning.
Okay, Darcy.
Okay, splitting a little bit here. Careful if you're behind me.
launch it.
Shit, Brackens.
Come on, guys. Come on, push.
I can't put. There's leaving Brackens out there. There's no way I was going to push that.
Go on, Dottie.
Same. Well, it beat my third time, so that's good. Thanks.
As much slower.
Great seller.
Yeah, ATP didn't want to work. I tell you, they weren't working so hard that time.
Well, I killed myself then. And only did point one better.
Sorry guys, that's really bad for me.
Yeah, this is really bad for me.
What did you do, Rich?
9.8 I think.
9.8 what?
I don't know. Let me have a
I
look.
got 9.82, so if you didn't beat that, let me know. I'll play for the end.
Oh god.
Same for you, Darren.
Rich, have a look on your. I did all right. I've got 9.6.
Okay, excellent. Good work.
9.75.
Okay, perfect.
Well, who did Darren get? What did Darren get?
9.46.
Okay.
Brackens, that's second.
Yeah, he did. He got 9.55.
It's quite funny. I can remember times
Still
like
no,
that. Something
still
very,
no
very
bloody
short.
power up.
Always get some order to remember his what's okay KOM time.
So, as we're on the climb then, a lot of our ladies are at the front. Does it help if I sit in front of you and give you a big bump?
It helped me, Colin.
No, we'll do that then.
Definitely helped me. I have to be ahead of that group. Otherwise, I get no benefit.
No, that's fine then too. Oh, we'll just lead it out then. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was great for me to just be able to stay on your wheel. I mean, a bigger group is always better. So maybe this last time we could be more perfect. We'll be with the group and I'll be on your ass.
Yeah, but they're going to help you as they come past. They're going to drag you.
That would be helpful.
And it's nothing like being on Colin's ass, I tell you.
I love this.
He always calls me that.
Listen, I'll take anybody's ass, you know? I'm on it.
So, Colin.
In the garden.
The guys at the back then, that was bad because we got split. We went over the top. There were a couple of big riders with me, Steve Alessandro, Darren, and we were all off the back. We've got to be real careful there. It's easy to split. The next time, I think our big guys maybe just go slightly further up into the middle of the group because we're ahead. I think we're ahead. We're ahead of ATP at the minute. So we just need a decent result on this last sprint. It's on them to set a super fast time, not us. We just need to do an okay time. We should be okay. So
Well,
yeah,
you're
play
sitting
it
good
safe.
there.
Get in the middle. Let Bracken sit in the back. He's the one that's got to roll the dice, as we say.
You got nothing to lose. Just fight for your spot. You get in the middle. That's what you do. But when we start, you just make sure you're in the group. And if you drop it off the back, you push a little harder. Keep in the
You got
group.
to.
Do you want me to split it?
No.
No,
You
you need that.
You've got to dig deep on this one as well, guys. Every last watt's going to be crucial. This is where you separate, your top times from your top scores at the end of the season. And your people that didn't quite get on the podium or didn't quite win. It's when you do this last sprint when everybody's tired. So find that place where you got to get the watts from. Go for the well one last time and give it everything you got. We'll protect you. We'll do our bit. You do your bit. It will be good at the end of the day. Can I think of any more? I can't think of any more things. Any more cliches to say. I'm out.
That's
Yeah,
very
it's
real.
very white. It's an end-to-end sprint.
Go big or go home.
It's against all the odds.
Oh wait, I am
Roll,
home.
roll your dice. Smack it up your donkey's ass.
Go out swinging.
I want you to drink your ass.
Give it your best shot.
Yeah, don't drink grass. That's bad.
Yeah.
You know what they say, the sprint series is a game of 4 halves.
I thought it was 5.
And don't forget to swing your
No,
pants.
that's what we have to do something at night.
Yeah, guess it.
I'm confused.
Go to sleep at night.
Ah, right,
Wake up
yeah.
in the morning.
I've been doing it wrong.
Red sky at night. Shouldn't have taken sleep at bed.
What power? Power, God. Everybody pray to the power of God.
I got
one.
tripped.
Do you get it?
Now you got the chance. Get one now. Chip it.
I know, but I'm not. This is my first one, so I'm not using it.
Crap. Power of God, power of God. Will give me nothing, you bastard.
You didn't, you didn't
Oh,
sacrifice an objective.
Just use my feather.
It's sacrifice the firstborn. That's what you need to do.
Not enough chickens.
Complete.
Oh, 10 XP. That's fantastic. Just what I always wanted.
You didn't give Eric me enough kudos. That's what it is.
I tell you what,
I gave him tacos.
10 XP is particularly useful when you're at level 50.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant, yeah.
I'd really like to take the jersey off the Alessandro, even though I got 9 years on him.
19 years on him.
90.
Did he say 19 years?
9 years.
9.
Yeah,
9.
9 or 10.
Mentally about,
I think you still.
mentally about 110, I would say. But
I've just seen Dorothy's name, by the way, Snowmageddon.
That's my fourth name of the game.
I like
I
it.
would snow skis, snowmobile.
there's a guy with an A called D Hunt 3.
That's me, Gary.
His name's Humphrey.
Yeah, that's me, Darren Humphrey.
Here, is it?
You don't get it's a trick name like Collins is just Nilok backwards. It's Collins. It's Hump
Yeah, I know.
3, Hump 3 instead of Humphrey. Get it?
Although it took me a long time to work out that Colin wasn't called Europe.
Everybody says that. Literally everybody says it. The reverse with the clues in the name as well. You used to have the reversed sweep, didn't you? Nilok was the
Yeah.
reversed sweep.
Bill power up again, I'm afraid.
Make sure it's power of God's not been
I'm saving them all for next week.
What is it next?
What is,
Yeah,
what is next week?
you don't want to know until after we're finished. It's just the other bit. You don't want to know until we're finished.
It must be Watopia Hilly.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll deal with it after this sprint. Let's not get. You know when they always say. You know when they always go. Are you looking forward to your next title fight? Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it, but I've got to get through my opponent first tonight. That's the first job, and then we'll deal with the next fight after. That's what we're doing now. That's what we're going to do. Just a couple more minutes. We'll be free.
He's great. I mean, I bet he's got James B's book of talks.
Using it instead of a rock. Like,
No, it don't work like that. You got to come from the heart. You know, that's otherwise it doesn't. It feels scripted, rehearsed. It's got to be spur of the moment.
off the cuff.
Exactly.
I'm writing all these down, Jake. Sperm of the moment.
Mate, without my cliches, I'm literally nothing. You can't take them away from me.
I'm not going to say nothing.
You won't take me alive.
going to rename the film. They're stopped. Same place pretty much. We just stopped.
No, they're going forward a little bit.
19.9.
Okay, we're at 19.6.
I'm going to move up. Move up.
Moving up again,
19.9. It's the furthest stop rider. Big lads, all mate. What's the way to there at the top? I look like a little teeny weeny elf sitting next to this 80 rider.
Okay, stopping at 19.8/19.9.
I have a question. Do you guys ever notice after you're done sprinting if your handlebar, their climb is facing perpendicular to your bike or in a different direction?
All the time.
Oh my god! It was just me.
That probably means you need to balance it out a little bit, I think. That probably means you're not pulling on either side equally, I would think. You probably want to try and maybe pull to the other side a bit more. Maybe you've got a slight bias to one side.
I figure something's going on here. Maybe I am stronger on my right leg and pulling it always, and it's always to the right, so I'm going to figure that out. Thank you.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe try sort of pulling deliberately with the left handlebar a little bit more, sort of try and see if that makes any difference. Because obviously, because you're not steering, it's different out on the road. It'd be different because you'd realise you were going to the side, right? So your body would naturally correct itself. But inside, it's more about just forcing the power out. However, so you'll find like my trainer sometimes bounced around a bit and all sorts of stuff. It's because you don't have to factor steering into it essentially.
So, Snowmageddon and Tina are right at the front, Colin, if you want to move up.
I'm just coming now.
I'm moving up a bit.
Very slowly.
Snowmageddon.
Yeah.
They make me look fat though.
Yeah, well, just if you want to feel better, just go sit next to the ATP guys just behind us.
Not fat, it's fluffy.
Lovely.
Oh,
Fluffy in a fat kind of.
I must have worn my shorts again. They're looking for all.
He's not
I've
fat.
got your mate with the actor behind me.
Hey, Nurse Daniel. We like Nurse Daniel.
Excuse me, pardon me, pardon me. I'm trying to get to the front because I always wind up in the back anyway. Might as well start in the front. Oh.
Let's just be aware. If we necessarily too much, Jake will start talking to
No,
us.
Jake.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
you can mess around until we go.
That's only like 4 more to go.
See, you're
Four more to go, yeah.
4 more to go.
The next one's neutralised. All roll through it together. No, you can. I don't mind you can talk as long as you're not talking when we've got the one voice as we're approaching the sprint. That's all. It's recess now, children.
Bio tracking.
You go back to telling jokes.
Jay Smiley's going for a break. Go on, Jay Smiley. Look, that's the fastest sprint he's done all day. Jay Smiley's finally accepted defeat and gone back to sea, hasn't he, as well, by the looks of it?
Yeah, let's get him out.
I really admired the way he just turned up in A every week. And let's not forget he got 3rd place one season. So he's got his medal to show for it now. Fair play to him. No, I liked it. I kind of wish he carried on in A. I liked the balls of it. He was the first person to just turn up and be like, no, I'm riding A. I don't really care.
Fair enough, I got D'Alessandro in here. I gotta have Marley too. Anybody else want to come play and sing?
I don't know, we have enough.
I stayed out of it.
Yeah, we took Dan deliberately out of sea, just so he wouldn't impact proceedings.
That's one thing, dog.
He can't help himself. He's a winner.
Does anybody know what level Joy is?
She's
Joy
a.
is an A.
She's
Yeah,
an
it's
A.
just May. Yeah, it's just May. And I'm a mixed B.
Oh my god.
I don't understand
She
why.
has like, and it's
Yeah.
one of those.
Isn't
She's
she,
really good.
isn't she a pro?
Step this.
She rides Premier League, doesn't she? So,
I think she almost edged past the woman now.
Makes
So
no
it-
sense to me why she's an E.
ATP have a really strong women's team. That's how they got their kit in game. They got into the women's Premier League in NRL, which is the only way you get kit in game these days, to get into the NRL Premier League, male or female. And I think they started off as a women's team, possibly, or at least like were heavily a women's team to start with. Because I looked at their website to get their logo for one of the posters we did, and I saw it's mainly women, like that they kind of talk about in their team and stuff like that. It's basically a women's sort of pro team or team esports pro
On
team.
that
I think
website again, were you?
well, you know, looking at women in non-drug internet. What can I say? But yeah, no. So I think I think that's how they started as well. So they've got some really strong women, essentially. And Joy's one of them.
I just don't understand.
Cheers.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Taylor?
moving.
Okay, guys, roll out.
Okay.
Last one.
Okay.
One more. We're nearly there.
I see Joy. I'm just gonna beat her. I'm gonna hurt her feelings.
You go, say.
You go, baby. Let's go, Sora. She heard me. She's right behind me now. She's grabbing my wheel.
To you. I'm just sitting on Nurse. Is it Nurse, the Afro guy?
Yeah, no, Daniel.
Yeah.
There's Daniel.
He's a good guy. He always publicises our series on Swift Riders and to Swift Insider and stuff like that to try and get to take notice of us. He's a good guy. And he contributed to the medals fund as well. He put in like some money towards the medals. So he's a good guy, Nurse now. We like him.
You don't think he's Afro could slow him down a bit?
In real life, possibly, yeah. He does have that sort of hair in real life. It's not quite as afro, but it is quite like that.
No.
Okay, our guys at the front are a little bit, there's a bit of a gap there. We don't need to be going that hard. Not at the hill yet.
I feel like I'm being followed.
You are.
By a very weird-looking gang in very unfortunate lycra.
Big cool.
I was going to say that happened fast, didn't it?
We were further ahead last time. I was on Campbell's wheel for a long time. It was just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Joy got 10.23 the last time, or her best time.
Looks like ATP
Yeah, that's
is stringing this baby out.
Front's hitting the climb. Super careful here, guys. Just play it safe. This pace is fast. Up that hill. Make sure you don't ease up as we go over the top until you're in a groove.
What's behind the Colin? Okay, let's go.
Okay, I'm on the descent. Oh, chain came off. Fucking hell. Oh, go, guys. Go.
Come on, Darren! Come on!
Can I have some
Yeah, Jake.
Oh man, fucking hell.
Where'd you get there, Darren?
Okay. Don't forget to say 9.
9:39.
Cheers for putting me through there. I've got a 9.59. Cheers for putting me through there, Daniel. He was on the front and I was in second at the mine. Well done, everyone.
I'm never gonna fucking oil.
It's rapid. What was that? I don't want this power up now, I've got it.
Way up, everyone.
Richard, where'd you get there? Rich?
Not sure.
Shit.
Now Jake can tell us what the stock plan for next week.
I don't know. I just know it's bad. Yeah.
Richmond.
No tire get back.
No. I don't think it's.
I like Richmond.
It is. It's probably my favourite. Hilly route.
Oh, Hilly.
What's okay, Hilly? Two laps thereof.
Nice.
What is it next week? Jake?
.com.
Hilly route. Two laps of Hilly.
Oh,
Was that's
Well-
my favourite race as well.
Finally a chance. Finally a chance for me to be able to help. I'll actually be able to give Richard and Darren a hand on this one, which is useful. But yeah, it'll be a good one. Obviously, we'll spread people out a little bit. So what we did, which was really good last time, was I think we had, when we were trying to get points off Campbell and stuff like that, we had Josh and Dan riding A and only doing the sprints. They were saving their energy for the sprints to beat Campbell on the sprints, and then not doing the climbs at any pace whatsoever. They were fresh for the two sprints.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, that was quite a good way of doing it, I think. So what we could do this time is either think about doing something similar to that, or have people, obviously, domestics working where like I would help exclusively on the climbs, and then I would neutralise myself on the sprint to save my energy to be a better domestic on the next climb, that kind of a thing. So we can use the team a bit better on this one, I think, and then we'll have some people that will help with the sprint, etc. We'll see what numbers are like, but we could probably do quite a good job on this one. This is one next week. 18 people always get smashed by us next week, and the reason is that they can't climb very well. So we really need to put them under the cosh next week. Really put them under the cosh.
Well,
they will be dreading next week. Campbell is probably having PTSD flashbacks last time. It's a brute.
Goading at the time.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? Like when you crap like that, you knew everything was on it, and then me half the climb away, and you just wheeling past him.
And then sat on his wheel and then sprinting the last 50 metres.
Yeah, wheeling past him whilst giving him a wave. Didn't really probably do his morale much good. But yeah, so that's the way to do it. But look, let's not get too carried away with next week. First, really good result today. I think all round everybody did well. We set some really fast times. ATP were probably scratching their heads, going, "How do we beat these guys?" They had us last time on this one. I think we've come away with first place today. So yeah, really good result. Well done to the lead out. Really good result for our protected riders. I know it's tough. It's easy for us to just shout, "Go, go, go!" half hour, but it's not that easy to put it out, especially by sprint 4. But to be still setting times like 9.59 on sprint 4, it's fantastic. Yeah, really good day, guys. So, yeah, with that, I think we're already quite far ahead of ATP on most metrics now. I think obviously they're doing really well in B because of Joy, and they're doing really well in C because of Steve. But pretty much in the other categories, we've kind of in of them at the minute. So yeah, just keep it up. And next week we've got the chance to put even more pressure on them.
Well, I'm pretty sure they would have had to.
My fastest was my fourth one is 9.4.
Nice job, Gary.
You said 9.4.
Sprint 4.
Yeah, 9.42, but I had a power up that last one.
Yeah, Gary was right behind me and Darren till the line. And it's like all three of us at the same time.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure.
I also changed back to the Surveyor from the Tron. That Tron slowed me down by about a whole second, it seemed like.
Yeah, great
So
job,
that was
guys.
not the fastest. It was fast bike.
Yeah.
The S work with the level 42 die cut wheels.
Not on the downhill though.
If you're
I don't know if do you think the DT Swift sticks are quicker than the zips?
yeah, the level 42 wheels became the fastest, which pissed me off because I worked super hard to get to level 45, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
making you angry.
I was very happy when they did that.
Son of a bitch, get your ass up to 45.
Yeah, but let's be fair, Doris. They introduce anything below number 50.
All right, do I cross to the banner? Richard. Rich,
Yeah.
are you okay if I cross to the banner?
I'm just gonna kick Dan as I ride past it. Watch out, Dan, I'm gonna kick you.
Elbow, give him the elbow.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
go.
I'm gonna have to do Temples and Towers so I can ride away from you.
Bye guys, have a nice weekend. Thank
Right,
you.
yeah. You definitely
All right,
Bye,
Rich.
everyone.
Guys, see you, Stacey. Have a nice weekend.
See you, Stace.
Stacey. Thanks, guys.
How about
Take it
that?
easy.
I'm gonna ride through I'm going to ride through until you tell me not to.
Thanks, all. See you later.
Cheers, Darren. Good effort.
I'm gonna go and look at the results.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys. I really enjoyed that, and now I've got a better idea of what it's all about. So you're better prepared.
Good.
Awesome. Good to see you, Vicky.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, good. Now it's playing up speeding forward.
Hopefully it helps with things like ZRL as well. That's the idea. It all works and feeds together. So you do the sprint now, and then we've got it on ZRL, haven't we? So you've got a good idea of how it works. But yeah, nice one. No, appreciate you enjoying it.
Really good. Thanks very much, guys. I'll hopefully see you next week. Depending on what time Becky is.
Cool, good stuff. All right, Vicky, take it easy. Catch you soon.
Have a nice
Have a
evening,
good one.
guys. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good
Bye.
weekend. Cheers.
Yeah, we did that one right. Woo!
What did he say?
What?
We did that right. Moved Brackens back to fourth on that last sprint.
Did we?
Yeah.
I certainly didn't.
I did.
Roll through it then.
I did. Well, I had to roll through. Otherwise, I wouldn't have shown
Roll
up.
through, and if you took any points off Richard or Darren, I'll just DQ you for being a sandbagger.
Nah.
Just ready.
I took points off Richard on the last sprint. That's it. I beat him by 0.01 seconds. Not my fault.
You beat who?
Yeah, Richard, your fault. He took points off Richard.
Oh, then don't go through the finish line. Simple.
He's
No,
done.
I pushed Brackens back to fourth. Fourth is a bigger gap.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not. It's about getting points in the first 10 weeks. It's not about limiting your opponents. It's about us scoring as many points as we can because it's your first 10.
Well, I've already
Come on,
crossed.
Dan. Dan, I thought you could tell me how many watts per kilo it takes to pick up the matches before you even hit the floor. You know this stuff.
Dan, it's not about making yourself look good on YouTube to all your fans.
I asked him, so I went through. I asked 3 times.
You followed through.
I don't think he understood what you were asking.
Yeah, look, I mean, I did make it pretty clear before we went through the sprint. If you take points off anybody on the last sprint, you have to quit. So I don't think it's a case of you going, what should I do? I did say...
You can't tell until you
take
finish.
points.
Once I can't tell the 4th sprint until somebody finishes.
I did hear Dan say, shall I roll through or not? And he was asking for Richard where he was, and Richard never asked.
I asked him
but
what
I can't keep track of I can't keep track of
I know,
15
I know,
people at once.
I know.
But I can give clear instructions like if you score more points, then don't go through. I couldn't have really been much clearer on that.
I did hear you say that, Jade, and you said roll the dice.
I asked Richard what time he got.
And he said 5:15.
Right, miscommunication this week, but next week we can't be doing that. Simple. We can't be taking points off of protected riders. Not the way to do it. Don't really care if it pushes Krakens down into fourth. We're not. It's not about that yet. That's in the final 5.
I thought it was a fight. You said it was a fight the 9th. Down at the 9th. I'm so confused.
Well, to be fair, it's just I lose the will to live saying the same thing again and again. So,
Story of my fucking life, Jake.
I'll be honest. I nearly told Richard. Are you still here? Yeah, I nearly told you to shove your gravel bike up your arse on the 3rd KOM on ZRL when I'm dying. The max heart rate of 182, and you're asking me questions that I covered extensively about 15 times in the pre-race report. Yeah, and you're like, should I switch to the gravel bike for FTS? It's like, no. All I could muster was to come off the bike and go, no. That's all I could. That's the only air I had spare was to go, no. And then Richard went, but. It might be faster, mightn't it? And I went, no, the peloton. You went, oh yeah, but I'm not in a group. I'm on my own. No, you're not going to go. That's the peloton. And then I was just like, I can't talk anymore. I'm just about to die. So yeah, that's when I've lost the will to live. I can't breathe. People are asking me questions. I've got limited brain functionality, and when you take oxygen out of the mix, it's even worse.
You got
limited
capacities, haven't you?
I've got the RAM of like. A 1992 Mac. Not good. The best of the
AK Spectrum.
Oh, some fast times today. Looking at the overall results, Steve to Alessandro 9.2. Wow.
You do realise, Richard, you're turning into Dan.
Oh dear.
He's back. He's talking.
I've recovered now.
I'll be honest,
So I
really.
felt disappointed with my times, but actually, my slowest time was still a PR, so I think I did alright.
Yeah, good results today. Good speeds all round, I think. You and Darren. I was expecting Darren to be faster today because he weighs like 10 kilos more or whatever it is. So this is
I
really
think you got like 3 firsts or something in a second. Yeah, 3 firsts in a second.
So I'm expecting.
Richard's got a devil rabbit.
Josh was.
I was expecting that with Darren. I'd be very interested to see how it goes next week with Darren because I'm not really sure on his 1 to 2 minute. I think his 1 minute power is pretty good. But we'll see, won't we? We'll definitely be able to dedicate lead outs next week on the hills. Like, you tell me a pace that you want to go and I will get you there. But, we're going to have to try and get it right because you don't want to be going. The second half of that com is okay to be going solo. But the first half, you want to try and be as protected as you can be, really. And it's when it goes around the bend is where I usually turn it up. I go just around the bend and then I try and lift it a bit. Try and go sort of a bit easy the first half, and then really let loose the second half.
All right. I'm just going to do the results.